It is raining.
I mean, you don't have to pretend it's raining because it's actually raining, but just pretend that it's also raining.
Raining like a faucet being pulled out of its little arm thingy.
Yep. You actually recording already?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
I can start over. It doesn't actually matter.
Or we can just keep it and just not, this is real life.
We don't edit shit.
This is real life. We don't plan things out.
What? How dare you be correct about that?
Edit things out.
Like that? What are you drinking? What do you got?
I got the very tasty Kroger seltzer water.
That wasn't very convincing.
Lemon lime.
Did you have to
Such
slurp
lime.
it?
Such lemon. I did have to slurp. It's how you know it's good, right? If it doesn't tickle the ear holes, how do you know it's not good? Yeah.
So
anyway,
we have a lot to talk about. That just happened. I don't know if you've been watching the news or looking at news. Game Awards are on tonight.
I did not know that was on tonight. I was busy watching the Sonic 2 trailer.
So that debuted as part of the Game Awards, along with the new game that they showed. But for you, I sent you a text earlier about the Expanse Season 6 hitting Amazon. Classically, a day early, technically, because it's supposed to be out tomorrow.
I figured that they would. I have yet to watch it because I want to finish Cowboy Bebop. I have now one episode left.
But here's the thing that spurs me to bring this up to you. Not only did it come out tonight early, the 9th of December, a few hours earlier than it should.
Which, again, that's Amazon does.
Yeah, but this is the thing that intrigued me is minutes after I got a thing saying, hey, The Expanse Season 6 is available on Amazon Prime. It's free with your membership. Come on by. This popped up from the Game Awards. Hold on. I sent you a text.
Okay. The Expanse, a Telltale series revealed at the Game Awards. So, first off, I didn't realize Telltale Games was still in business. I thought that they were going out of business.
Yeah, me too. But I don't know, but I see an animated version of Drummer. It looks like Drummer, at least.
It does.
And it says it's by the creators of Life is Strange, the True Colors, and Before the Storm. Set before the events of the show, it will cast players like Kamina Drummer, played by the actress Kara G, who reprises her role from the TV series. So it'll be her time in the OPA, essentially.
Interesting.
Yeah. Which, if I'm not mistaken, isn't an already existing story. Right? Because she didn't have a novella, right?
I want to say she did, actually.
Did she? Okay, maybe I haven't read all the novellas, so I don't know. Because they're all prequels. And...
I can look it up real quick. But I want to say that she did. If I can spell novella. Nope, that's novel. Anyway. I want to say that she did. But it's interesting that they're doing that.
Yeah, so it says here, the game series will explore locations beyond the Belt, the Expanse's asteroid belt, and home of the splinter civilization known as the Belters, and involves surviving a bloody mutiny, hunting for treasure, and making tough decisions that will decide the fate of the Artemis spaceship and its crew. That sounds more like that takes place in between her leaving Tycho Station and joining with Marcos and Naros. To me, because what's the name of her ship that she has? Isn't it the Artemis?
I don't remember.
I don't know. I could look it up. It doesn't matter. Interesting.
It is very interesting. One thing, and you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, because you said that you started watching The Expanse. How many episodes were in this season?
I actually didn't start watching it. I just that's what happens. That's the words that are automatically put when you share from the Amazon app. And I thought it was funny that I put it out. It did that. I was like, he's gonna think I'm watching it, and I'm not. Right now, as far as I know, one because one episode's out. And I don't see a listing of. Well, let's try a different site than Amazon Prime. The Expanse television program, season 6. That is the wrong button. That is something completely different. Oh my god! I don't know how to phone.
Yeah, right. I'm totally not sure how to Google search things too right now.
This is disappointing.
Yes.
According to Wikipedia, which is
It's
the end
6
all
episodes, isn't it?
it's 6 episodes, and you're not gonna like the name of the last episode.
I probably won't. Do I ask that you spoil it for me?
I don't think it'll spoil. Well, I mean, it won't spoil it for you and I because we know what it is.
Yeah, fine. Tell me what it is.
Babylon's Ashes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's where they're going to end it? That was...
Well, I wonder if they're going to announce the movie that they want to do.
Well, that's what I keep saying, is that they're going to end this with a movie or two. I almost feel like that's what they're going to do. And I want them to do that.
There's no description, so I can't really spoil anything for myself. And that's the only one that. Oh well, no, that does sound interesting. So that's the only one that has a book title in it. The other ones are just they're Strange Dogs, Azure Dragon, Force Projection, which is hilarious. Redoubt, and Why We Fight, and then of course Babylon's Ashes.
That's okay. So Babylon's Ashes is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the 6th book of the 9 book
Yeah.
series.
And they're not. What book? So what book technically was season 5?
I thought that was because that was when they were on the planet the whole entire time.
No, season 5. Season 5 was the attack on.
Yeah.
It's when the team split up, and the attack on Earth attack on.
That
Earth.
would have been pretty much the ending of what was it, Cibola Burn, and mostly that was all Nemesis games.
Yeah, that's what I thought. What the hell? What the shit fuck is happening here? So...
Actually, no, that wouldn't be right. No, wait. No, that would be right. Wait. God, it's been such a long time. Okay. Yeah, no, that would be right, because...
Yeah, no... Yeah, the bulk of the events of Season 5 is Book 5 Nemesis games.
Yeah.
So Babylon's Ashes makes sense, but also doesn't make sense because... Well, no, actually, it does.
It makes sense of where they actually would be in the total series, because for the most part, we were going season for season. with the books. Although they did pull some stuff from future books into earlier seasons, but for the most part, we were going book for book, season for season.
Yeah, because the beginning of Babylon's Ashes, Marcos Inaros' navy is still intact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Because I'm trying to remember the thing that tripped me up earlier is I was trying to remember when, because they have that one book which is essentially centered around taking back of the station inside of the ring gates. I'm spacing out on the name of the station.
Tycho Station.
Whatever. Yeah, Tycho Station. What book was that? That was a later book.
So,
but that was still when the Free Navy existed.
Persepolis Rising, which is book 7, is the time jump.
Right. So all of the events of the Marcos Inaros' fleet and stuff has happened. They took back the station. They now have control of the ring gate. But at the end of that book, they were like the Mars and Duarte went off to whatever the fucking planet's name was. I can't remember. And they were like, okay, you cannot, like, anybody who crosses this line is going to instantly be killed. And so, so they had a 30-year jump where pretty much everybody lived in peace at that time. And nobody ever came or went through the Duarte's gate.
Laconia
Gate. Laconia Gate.
Yeah, that's weird.
So that's where they're going to end it. They're going to end it at Babylon's Ashes. That leaves 3 total books. The way this article, for some reason, includes The Churn as novels. Weird. But then what's funny is it just, I don't know, whoever typed this out just split it wrong. It goes Leviathan Falls, The Churn, and then it's split, then it has a space, and then it lists all the novellas. They just spaced it wrong. So after Babylon's Ashes, we have 3 more books: Persepolis Rising, Tiamat's Wrath, and Leviathan Falls.
Yeah,
that's so weird that they're going to end it there. Are we going to get, are we going to get 3 movies? That'd be dope. Give me 3 movies.
I mean, yeah, let's do it. It's just, I don't know, it's weird because, like, obviously the time jump, there's a lot, because in the time jump, the books, you don't get a lot of the backstory. It's like they tell you why everyone is where they are, but they don't tell you, like what all events were that happened, other than the fact that like Laconia military has essentially dominated all of Seoul and is using the ring gates as a no-fly zone and keeping everyone where they're at. So that's very interesting. So I thought it was interesting that mere minutes after I saw, and I didn't send this to you earlier because I wanted to, talk to you about it on the podcast here. It was just odd, like, timing, because, like, the article was literally, like, I swear, like, my phone was just waiting for me to type anything with the Expanse in it, just like vomit news. Like, I was like, what the hell? And I was like, I copied the link, and I was like, wait, no, Cody, you should save some of this for the podcast where you can actually talk about these things.
It's true.
How did Halo Infinite win an award at the Game Awards? That shouldn't even be like able to be done.
Shouldn't even be viable until next year.
It is the Players Voice Award, so obviously it's voted on by, I think aren't all the game awards voted by people though, like not press?
No. I thought there is one game award that is voted on by press.
Maybe it is the game. I don't know.
I just don't.
I never watched.
I don't watch those awards. I don't really care.
Yeah, I just like the release, like release trailers and shit for all of these new games that are coming out. I don't care who wins awards, because most of the time I don't play those games that most people do anyways.
Yeah.
Speaking of games, Joe.
Oh.
We can talk about the stuff that was released because I don't know all of it just yet. I just know some of it because I don't even know when the Game Awards end. But we can talk about that. So a game came out, a new game that everyone's really excited about, as well as an expansion of some other stuff. But what are your thoughts? I have now played a little bit of it, not a lot of it, but a little bit of Halo Infinite. So Halo Infinite, for the folks who don't know, officially the campaign released December 8th, which is Wednesday, which is no, it was on Tuesday, wasn't it?
No, it was Wednesday.
Was it Wednesday? It was Wednesday, right?
It was Wednesday, yeah. Because
okay.
I was excited to have some time to sit down and play it.
Yeah.
On Wednesday before we hung out, because I wanted to talk about it a little bit when we hung out.
I wanted to too, but anyways, so it was released December 8th of 2021, if you're listening to this in the future, which hopefully you are. That's the campaign. A few weeks ago, the multiplayer was released for free for everybody with a paid battle pass or whatever they fucking call it, season pass or whatever they call it. I did not play any of the multiplayer because I don't care about multiplayer. Because I don't have enough time. I played it just to see how fun it was, just to see if I could how that grappling hook thing was, which I didn't realize was a pickup thing in the multiplayer. It's not something that everybody has. So yeah,
only got to use it once. It was okay to use in multiplayer, but because I suck at multiplayer, I think I went 2 and 30.
Ooh, that many, huh?
Yeah, 2 kills. 2 kills, yeah. And that was spread across No, that was spread across 2 games. I think I got 1 kill each game, died 15 times each game.
Yeah, even. There you go. You're batting not that great. I'm
batting 1/15th. Yeah.
So the woes that I had with it were I didn't have a chance to play it before we hung out because I worked obviously on Wednesday. I don't obviously to you, not to everybody who's not with us that day. So I didn't get a chance to play it. I wanted to play it yesterday. When I got home, I was like, oh, I know, we just talked about it. I'll go home, play it before bed. That's cool. I fired up and it says, hey, you need to download the campaign. And I was like, wait, hold on, what? Why would I downloaded the game? Why wouldn't you automatically download the campaign when it's available?
So I have one theory about this, which I never looked into. So it's just a theory still at this point. I'm wondering because last week, the week before, I think it was last week, they enabled streaming games. Because if you read what it says all players have to be playing the same type of game as you every time you launch it. Which we'll get into that complaint in a second here once I get my chance here. I think they will allow, or they do allow, streaming of the game, but giving you the option to download it.
I guess. I mean, it's weird. So, first off, the game the download size is not nearly as big as I thought it was going to be. I think total combined...
You already have most of the assets there from multiplayer anyway.
Yeah, the campaign was another 23 gigs.
I think it was 18 point something on mine.
Whatever, yeah. Oh, I have a Series
X. You could
so.
be slightly a bit different because you have a 1X and I have you have a Series X. I have a 1X.
Yeah, so mine might be a little bigger. Yeah, because I think it was 23 gigs or something like that. Because it already had 36 gigs or 28. I don't know. Some had some for the multiplayer, which reason I did that, I didn't download the multiplayer on purpose. I downloaded when it said preload Halo Infinite for the release day one. I was like, cool, I'll download it. Then they're like, hey, multiplayer is free for everybody. It's now accessible through the game. Awesome. I didn't really care. I never went into it. Thinking that maybe I'm just naive or stupid, I thought that meant day one means the game would be available for you to play day one. Apparently it's not. because
It was.
you have to go in and download it. And I was like, cool. Why? Why isn't this something you just do an update for? I
pre-installed this. Every other game I've ever pre-installed, which actually has never really worked for me, but for you, day one, it's just unlocked, and you just play it.
It's there. I'll give you an example. Far Cry 6, which I need to go back to playing, but other things have happened, and internet, blah, blah, blah. I pre-ordered it. It downloaded. I saw it there. It's like, yeah, just teasing me, like, coming soon, fucker. And I'm like, cool. I'm going to play this day one. I happen to be in North Carolina, having nothing else to do with my life. So I was like, I want to play Far Cry 6. Hit the button. Guess what played on the day one, ready to fly?
Is it Far Cry 6?
Far Cry 6 with day one patch already downloaded, ready to go. So, Xbox, why the fuck wasn't the campaign for Halo Infinite already downloaded for me? Even I've had Halo Infinite pre-downloaded on my console since like September.
When they announced it, I know that you went on there and you were like, boom, done.
I did it from my phone. I went to the app and I said, give me. And it's like, what console? I was like, the only one that's technically hooked up to the internet, you fucking idiots, the Series X. Because the Xbox One X that I took traveling wasn't hooked up to the internet at the time. Actually, I don't think it was plugged in. But it's the only one available. So I picked it, and it's like, cool, we queued this for download. I got home thinking, I'm going to check it. Guess what was downloaded on my Xbox?
I'm guessing it was.
Halo Infinite was there. I was like, cool, I'm waiting until December 8th, and I'm going to play this game. Haha, joke's on you. December 8th turns into December 9th because you got home, and the console didn't have the campaign on it. It had multiplayer.
Yep.
Then, here's the kicker that made me even more fucking furious last night. You cannot tell it to initiate the download from the game.
What do you mean?
So if you open the game and you go campaign, it tells you, hey, you have to download this.
Yeah.
It then gives you a box that says, go to game whatever it is. It's when you click when you hit the start button on the game, manage game, and you have to click on that and then go to another screen, click on campaign. It brings you to another screen with a checkbox it and then hit download.
Oh, right, because if you looked below, it allowed you to download like the English version, the Japanese version, the different language versions of it. Yeah, that was really weird. And that's another thing that made me believe that if it's not available for streaming, they're going to make it available for streaming so that you can that's that option to be like, I want to put this on my system. I don't want just a placeholder for it because, just a launch icon for it. I want to put this game on my system.
Which is fine. Except for you just let me down because you pushed me to have it downloaded, which I thought I was doing for day one. That's what your fucking commercial says. Preload it for day one access.
Let me ask you this. Did you have to download the 3-point-something gigabyte day one patch?
No. Do you know why?
I did. No.
Well,
I don't know why. When I launched it, when I went on that morning, after whatever else I had to do, groceries and stuff, I said, yeah, play. It was like, hold up. We have a 3-point-something gigabyte update for this. And I'm like, okay, day one patch. I don't know why you didn't pre-download because, and maybe it's a setting that I've unchecked or just never paid attention to, but your experience is totally different than my experience with day one downloads, that for some reason, my system just goes, I'll just get it when you turn the system on the next time. Like, it doesn't auto-download patches. It doesn't auto-download games for me for some reason. I have to actively go in there. Even if I go on my phone and I'm like, download this fucking game. Yeah, cool. It'll be ready for you when you get home. No, it usually isn't ready for me when I get home. It isn't. But yeah, so when I logged in, it was like, cool, here's a day one patch, 3 gigabytes, fine, man, whatever. 3 gigabytes. It took 5-10 minutes, whatever it was, to fucking download. And then I had the same experience as you, maybe even a little bit more weird because I don't know about you, but I have, I have played the multiplayer. So I have actively gone into the game. The main menu was the main menu when they just had the multiplayer out, except the campaign button was grayed out.
Yeah.
You had all the other buttons down there, but the campaign button was grayed out. So when I get into that menu, day one, the campaign button is just sitting there loading. It just has a circle loading, loading, loading. And I swear, for a good 3-4 minutes, it just sat there loading. Like, I was like, okay. I clicked through to the multiplayer, clicked back, and then finally it was like, okay, hey, you want to play the campaign? And then that's when I ran into your thing, which was, hey, do you also want to download 18 gigabytes of game? I'm sorry, what?
No, motherfucker, I want to play the goddamn game.
This. Like, what? Like, that was the multiplayer I mostly downloaded, but I wanted to just hop into the game, and now you're telling me I have to download 18 more gigabytes. And yeah, so I was in the same boat as you. I was just like, okay, well, check, and then apply, download, and then I guess just let it sit there because it's an in-game download. I was afraid that if I left it to like switch over to Apple TV or something, that it would just stop the download. So I just let it go for, I think it took half an hour or something like that to download 18 gigabytes. Because the other weird thing that I experienced at that point is the 3 gigabyte download pretty fast. It was, like I said, it only took like 5 minutes or something like that. But that 18 gigabyte download was literally like 0.01, 0.02, 0.03. I was like, are you fucking me right now? 0.04. Are you seriously fucking with me how slow you're going right now? 0.05. I'm okay. I guess I'm just gonna complain to myself right now because I have nothing else to do except for watching this download incredibly slowly.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell is this?
Anyway, continue with your experience.
All right, so I didn't have the day one patch. I'm guessing that downloaded with the... Oh, actually, well, maybe, hold on. You say 3 gigabytes?
18... There's 3 point something, 18 point something, so that does equate about to 21, 22
Okay, yeah, that could be
gigabytes.
What it is then. Because when I jumped on and I had to fucking figure out how to get this to download, because when you go to Game Pass, it just says play. It doesn't give you an option to download or install or anything. So I had to go into... Because I was confused. I was like, what the fuck? So I was like, I manage it, and I was like, I can see it. And then I looked at it and said, 1 of 2 available. And I was like, download it. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Clicked on it. Sure enough, there's the campaign one. And I was like, what the actual fuck? So I downloaded it last night. Did you
download the campaign outside of the app as well?
No. So originally, I didn't even go to the app on my phone. I went to Game Pass to see if I had to download a separate file that would then merge them together, right? Like download this, it'll download into this. No, you have to go into, you have to fucking menu button click. I was gonna say start button, but it's not a start button anymore. It's a fucking menu button on the game. It brings up a menu, a sub menu, and one of them is manage game downloads or whatever. Click on it. You go to it. It says, "Hey, here's your save file size, which is like 4 gigs or whatever," which is weird because I never played the game, so I don't know why it's 4 gigs. But what the fuck, whatever, right? And then it's like, Halo Infinite, and then it says multiplayer, and I was like, that's okay, that's not what I want. Then I saw right below it said 1 of 2 available downloaded or something like that, or installed. So I clicked on it, and then it shows me 2 things. One is checkmarked that says Halo Infinite multiplayer, and then Halo Infinite campaign unchecked. So I click on it, slide over, hit done, and it's like, cool, we queued it up. All right, so I'll see you in a little bit. So I just jumped on fucking Destiny and started playing that because, like, clearly this is not going to be done in enough time for me to fucking play. So I'm just going to play a little bit of this for like an hour or so and then go to bed. Disappointed because I can't play Halo Infinite on day one, even though I had it pre-downloaded for day one play.
Yep.
Anyhow, what do you think of the game, the campaign? You can talk multiplayer if you want, but you didn't really play that much of it. So what do you think of the campaign so far? I am not done with the intro stuff yet. As far as a little bit I got to play today, I got as far as you get onto can't think of the structure. So you go through the ship, you scuttle it. The dude picks you up again. You land on the fucking ring control station thing in the space. You battle your way through that. You get to Cortana 2.0. You grab her. You put her in your head, and all of a sudden shit comes alive. Elevator brings you up, and I'm about to go into something, and I was like, I have to stop to make dinner. Just exit game.
Okay.
That's as far as I got.
You are like 5 minutes, like literally a walk away from the actual game right there. But that's cool that you're at that point, because that is one thing that I wanted to make a quick theory about, that is Cortana that you're picking up.
Okay.
I mean, the way that she interacts with that like memory ball thing, and she's like, "Oh, this is me," and it like it's Cortana's like it's like what she used to destroy Cortana. But I honestly think because I might be totally wrong in this, because it's weird where this game starts as if there was something else that happened, because we obviously start the game in the middle of a battle, but it's a cutscene. It's not the actual game itself. It starts in the middle of a battle that occurs above Zeta Halo, and apparently Chief's.
Hi, Lyra.
Lyra, hold on.
Anyways, as Joe mutes me, or himself, and Lyra goes batshit crazy in the background.
My brother's here. He got home from where he was, and he scared the dog. That's what happened.
Oh, she saw his face? Aha! Aha!
Well, I'm guessing...
Sorry.
He went through the backyard and scared the fuck out of the dog.
Fair enough.
Anyway, where was I? Okay, so obviously... the beginning part is you find out through her, once you pick her up, that and spoiler alerts for the first half hour of the game, 45 minutes of the game, whatever it is, however long it takes you to get through there, is that Chief was sent after, because the events of Halo 5 see Cortana take over whatever his fuck's stuff, the Forerunner dude's stuff.
Yeah.
And take off into space. And you're like, oh shit, she's got some plan that's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. You're supposed to chase after her. This game picks up where Chief was told to go after her and delete her using this AI, which I don't think they've given a name yet in the game. Did they? Did I totally gloss over the fact that they gave her a name?
No,
because her whole point, her whole creation from Dr. Halsey, right?
Yeah, was to basically...
But I'm a little confused on those parts, just because it starts to fade in and out of flashbacks that Chief's having due to all the blue glitter that's floating in the air. So Halsey creates her and her one job is to go out and delete Cortana. Somewhere between Halo 5 and Halo Infinite, that happens. And we pick up right where the brutes, what's their name in this?
The Banished.
The Banished have attacked the UNSC forces that were above Zeta Halo and have essentially taken over Zeta Halo. But in that conflict, somehow Chief has managed to, with the aid of that AI, taken over parts of the Zeta Halo and deleted Cortana. That's where we pick up Chief floating in space, which, by the way, hasn't he been floating in space at the beginning of the beginning and end of every Halo, with the exception of maybe 5? It seems like we think this is the end of Chief. He's dead, floating in space. But then you find that he's not dead, floating in space.
Pretty close, yeah. I mean, he's indestructible at this point. He's his first name is John, and his last name might as well be Wick at this point.
Yeah, right. So I will say, just from the beginning, I was totally confused by what the fuck is going on. I need to go and see, was there a game that explained, or a comic, a book that explained the events between Halo 5 and Halo Infinite. I did watch some videos about the brute forces and whatnot and where they came from. That side of things, pretty much, it does come from some of the mainline games, but mostly, from what I understand, comes from the Halo Wars games, which I never played.
So
I did watch some videos. Yeah, because they're RTSs. They're apparently pretty good as far as story-wise. I understand. I don't know about gameplay. Never really played it. So I'm totally confused off the top. You had a question or a statement?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. So this was my confusion, right? So part of the intro, when you basically get space got out of space by dude who is seriously in emotional turmoil with the holograph of his kid and wife or whatever, and anything plus he thinks he's gonna die on this fucking ship because he's the only thing alive out there, which is understandable. He gets Master Chief and he's like, bro, we're gonna go home. Master Chief's like, nah, dog, we got some things to do. And he's like, bruh, no. That scene was given to us last year. We saw that scene. It was the announcement of Halo Infinite. Was it last year? I think it was last year. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Whatever it was, they gave us that scene. It's interesting that Chief already has the grapple gimme hook.
Mm-hmm.
Where did he get it? When did he get it? And why did they not have it in the original? I mean, obviously they were trying to hide it, I think, or did they not already have it set up in that trailer before? Because the scene started out, when we originally saw it, was dude hits something or something happens, he turns the valve off, he falls, little hologram thing turns on, which seems like it might be broken, but whatever. He then gets the friendly signal, goes over, wipes the window, Master Chief. In this one, same thing happens, except for you can see the grapple gimme hook just hanging out in space. Right. And I was like, did you guys marvel us and just erase that out of the trailer so we never saw it? Or do I not remember seeing it? Because I remember reacting when, and I have to go back and look on YouTube and see if that video still exists somewhere. It probably does. I got excited to see that grapple gimme hook when they debuted game footage a bunch of months ago, and they announced hey, this is the date and blah blah blah, and they showed him using it to grab stuff, to traverse places, to zoom in on enemies and Spartan punch them in their face so their face comes off and you're wearing their hollowed out head as an arm bracelet. And things like that. And I was like, oh, he's grabbing weapons. He's grabbing bad guys. He's grabbing fucking environment. This looks super dope. But you start this whole game off in the cinematic, him having it and him using it.
Mm-hmm.
So my point to you is, where the fuck is any of that at?
Again, he picks it up somewhere between Halo 5 and Halo Infinite. It's an upgrade somewhere there. Probably to deal with fucking Cortana. I don't know.
Because I don't remember having that in Halo 5.
Well, no, we didn't have that in Halo 5. There was no real gimmicky stuff in Halo 5 like that.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't know where this came from. Because I expected us to get it in the intro at one point. Like, somewhere, he finds a weapon cache or whatever, and he's like, Spartan boner, I'm going to murder everything in front of me. What's this grabby hooky thingy? Clip. Oh, shit, I can grab stuff with it, including bad guys' faces, and then punch my arm through it.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, once I figured out how to do that, was awesome.
Just wait until you get into the open world. Like,
because
there
I was
are
like,
literal times where I am trying to chain that together. Like, guys just line up just right, and you're like, ha, pow, ha, pow, ha, pow. Just rolling through people, just having fun.
Because the first time I did it, I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. And I grappled toward the guy, and he did the Master Chief elbow punch, right? He's like, elbows him, and he dies. I was like, oh, that was dope. Then I did it to a brute, and the brute's like, what's up, bro? And then punches me so hard I forgot the color math. And I was like, God damn, that hurt. Shoot, he's dead. I was like, fuck, man, what did I do wrong? I wasn't going to one-shot a brute with the hook thing, right? But I expected him to stagger, not look at me dead in the eyes and go, hey, guess what? Your day's about to get fucked, and then punch me. So I was like, what the hell am I doing wrong? So I did it again. Elbowed him. I was like, what the fuck? A different one. I did it again. And this time I was like, oh, hey, hold on. As I'm going close, I'm going to fucking melee button press in, right? And he fucking Spartan punches this dude so hard, I deleted the asset from the game. And I was like, oh, cool.
There went Mark.
Yeah, I was like, fuck you, Mark. And now there's a Mark-shaped hole in the fucking side of the ship, and I was like, oh, that guy's dead? What happened before? And I did it again. I was like, oh, you have to melee hit for a strong hit.
Stronger punch.
Then I did that to a brute, and I got the reaction I thought was like, oh, shit, that fucking hurt a lot. Where'd this guy go? And you see his eyes spinning, and then I shoot him in his dumb fucking furry head. And I was like, fucking Spartan, dog.
Mm-hmm.
And then I yeeted off a cliff and died. Because I didn't realize the grabby gimme hook it needs to recharge. I thought I was just going to fucking Spider-Man this thing. And I was like, yeah, get up here. Oh, no. And I Wile E. Coyote'd right down into a void and died. And I was like, no, I was practicing. So the thing is, I have a checking account and a savings account, and I have to transfer money from one to the other, and it takes a while. So I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. The traversal with it is pretty fun. I really hope there's an upgrade where I can use this more rapidly, because the cooldown on it's kind of shitty for, like, getting out of places or away from places, like, real fast. But I like the fact you can grab it and get behind cover with it, which is pretty cool. It was just a fun, cool mechanic to have in it, and it's pretty seamless. I thought, at least, for the little bit I played. It does have a little bit of a range issue. I kind of want it to be a little longer. That's what she said.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you get used to it pretty quickly. And the one thing that it threw me off at first is it said, hey, use the right bumper to use your grappling hook. I was like, but that's for grenades. I'm confused. Oh, the other button is only for grenades, and you have to switch between grenades. And you have to be real quick at it, otherwise you scan every single time you're trying to switch to a different grenade. I was like, all right, cool, I got this, I got it. But I was like, where am I grappling? You're telling me to grapple, where am I grappling? So I scan, and it's like above you, but not really above you. And I was like, oh, okay, I can use this on the roof.
Mm-hmm.
And I can yeet. And then I found out later, you can unyeet, and it actually projects you forward. I was like, oh, so I'm Spider-Manning it for show, dog.
Yes.
Yeah, I dig this a lot so far, and I haven't even got into the game yet. So that was pretty fun.
My experience with that right away was slightly a bit different than yours. For one, it tells you what to do, and I was like, cool. Left button, threw a grenade, fuck. Boom. I didn't kill myself, but I hurt myself pretty badly with that. And then I was like, oh no, that's right button. Right button shoots the grapple thingy. And then I didn't even try to I tried to grapple things. I was like, I know I can grapple people with this and enemies. And immediately I was just grapple, get close, melee. So I didn't even know that you could just like grapple towards something and then it just kind of like pushes them or something like that. Surprise. That mechanic is so much fun, but will also get you into so much trouble so quick. Just in the intro sequence alone, there's a sequence where you're escaping the exploding ship, and I'm just like grapple here, grapple there, just flying across the map with the grapple until I got to this one point and I went, where do I go? Like I'm hitting the scan button and it's like not even telling me where to go, and I'm up like I was going from platform to platform to platform, up, and then I get to this like arm that whooshes up, and I'm like, well, I must have to go up there. And I just start grappling, and eventually I just like get to a point where I start falling off and dying, and then I reload the checkpoint and grapple, and I'm like, where the fuck am I supposed to go here? It's not telling me where to go. I think I have to go up, and then I look down and I was like, oh shit, there's a and I pull out the scope and I'm like, way down there's a bunch of enemies, and I'm like, oh shit, was I supposed to go down there? I just kept going up.
You're all, I'm going up, baby.
I'm
moving
going
on up.
I got the grapple gun and a grapple hook, and I'm just fucking Spider-Maning this thing all the way up to the roof. And then look down and I go, oh shit, I was supposed to go down there. What the fuck? I get like, I walk down and start walking down there, and then the little, I hit the scan button and the little triangle goes, boop, you're supposed to be down there. I was like, why'd you let me go up here? Like, what the fuck?
Why did you let me do this wrong?
Why'd you let me do this, game? You were doing so good at telling me kind of where to go, and now I got lost.
Thanks a lot, game.
Thanks a lot, game, for giving me a mechanic that I have so much fun with.
That I get distracted when I'm doing.
There is so much that you have left to explore with that mechanic as well. Once you hit the ground running, literally, that it can be used to like the spoiler, I guess. Do you really care?
No.
I mean, it's not a story thing. So you know the you've already encountered them. Maybe you even know it. The jackals with shields.
Yeah.
So if you hit them with the grapple, it staggers them back. You can hit them with the grapple again, and then you can pull yourself into them and melee them. The brutes, if you surprise them from behind, you can grapple, hit them from behind. It's usually an instant kill unless they're heavily armored. But if you give them a chance to defend themselves, where they put their arms up, it's not an instant kill.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do get to upgrade the grapple once you hit the halo. Immediately, and there's an FOB, forward operating base for the brutes that you immediately have to take out, and that's your main base of operations right there. Once you take it out, and that's where you learn that it's an open world game. Duh.
Yeah.
But then your Not Cortana will point out things on the map that are called Spartan cores, and they're essentially just upgrade points. And so you can get those upgrade points. And by the way, there's just shit tons of them everywhere. It feels like I've already almost maxed.
Is it like fucking what is that game with the fucking all the points? I love it. It's an Xbox game. The third one just came out. No. The fucking oh my god, why am I spacing on what it's called? You're the super cop, and they have like the yeah, the third one it was the one that they announced the cloud gaming with. What the fuck? Why am I spacing on what it's called?
It had Terry Crews in it.
Yeah, dude. Bro, what is happening right now? I just keep saying Saints Row in my head like a fucking idiot.
It's not Saints Row though.
It's
the futuristic. You're a cop, but then like in one of the later games, you're a disgraced cop, and you have to go around fighting like the different.
Holy fucking!
I never literally. I can almost think of what the cover even looks like.
Yeah,
on
me
that
too.
Thing too.
Anyhow, is it like that game where you can literally see him just on rooftops everywhere?
The loot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll see it on your map. Like, you pull up your map. It's kind of, I guess it's kind of Assassin's Creed style. Once you take an FOB, then points of interest on the map will pop up. And it'll literally be like, this is a Spartan core. This is a Mjolnir armor. This is a, what?
Mjolnir armor?
Because that's the type of armor he has.
Yeah,
Mew Mew armor. Uh, this is a high value target over here. This is another FOB and whatnot. I almost had it. Shit. Okay. Whatever the name of that game was. Anyway, so you collect the Spartan cores, and Spartan cores are literally points that you spend to upgrade different things. They're literally just sitting out in the open. They're literally marked on the map. So you just go there. You might have to fight off a couple of enemies in the area in order to get it, but it's just a green, like, the cool thing that I like about those sequences is, like, if you see like a bright green light, investigate it, because it's probably, it's probably on your map already. Like I said, it's probably a Spartan core or Mjolnir armor. But it's a point of interest where you can get that stuff, and a lot of times they'll have power weapons there as well. So like the sniper rifle, the LMG that they have in the game, and a bunch of other stuff. The rocket launcher is usually there, the Spartan rocket launcher. So far I haven't run into like the Spartan laser or anything like that, but those areas will usually give you the good shit. But then, yeah, so you can expend those to upgrade your grapple gun. It doesn't upgrade the length of it. So the distance that it travels, it seems like it's only going to travel that distance. But like the first upgrade that you get, it's the first upgrade? Yeah, the first upgrade that you get adds shock ability to it. So when you hit an enemy with it, it immediately shocks them and stuns them.
Okay.
The second ability that you get decreases the refresh time of it. And then it goes pretty much like that. The next ability, if I recall right, is increases damage done by it, and then the next one it decreases cooldown or something like that. Something like that. I don't remember exactly where it is. I've got upgraded to level 3 right now. Anyway, so beyond that, the game is gorgeous. Yeah. It's fun to play.
Bro.
I've literally gotten to the point where like I've done a couple of the main missions to move things forward, but that's really just because they're right in front of me. I'm spending most of my time just literally going to those little points of interest, because you have 3-4 points of interest besides the FOBs and the main missions. You have really 4 points of interest at this point in time for me. You have the Spartan cores, you have the Mjolnir armor, you have the high value targets, and then you have the Marines that you can save. So I'm literally just Assassin's Creeding this thing and just like, okay, I'm in this new area. I have all these points of interest. I'm just gonna pick a point, pick a route, and just run through all these points in order to get all this stuff. I will spoil a little bit. Again, not really spoil a story or anything. The Mjolnir armor. I just suddenly can't say it all of a sudden. Mjolnir armor upgrades, quote unquote, upgrades that you get are only used in multiplayer. They're just skins that you can get for multiplayer. That's it.
Oh, you can't change it in the game?
Can't change it in the main game myself. Yeah. I thought you probably could, and I spent like 5 minutes trying to look for that, and then I was reading somewhere, it was like, yeah, that's just for multiplayer. And I'm like, oh, it was like a 10 things I wish I knew article on Kotaku when I started playing Halo Infinite. No spoiler things. Most of them were pretty straightforward stuff. But yeah, that was like, oh, it's only for multiplayer. I have no idea what these things look like. I've been picking them up the whole entire time. I'm still going to continue to pick them up because if that's what it takes to 100% this game, it's pretty much going to be easy to 100% this game.
Bro, did you find any of those fucking audio logs after that first one that's just blatantly given to you?
Oh, I've found tons of them.
No, before you get to the open world. There's 2 in the first part and there's 2 in the second part.
I don't think I found them all, but I have found a lot of them.
Oh,
I'd have to go back. I'd have to go and see if you can go back and see which ones I found and have not found. I obviously at this point I can't go back and find them because it's not until next year that you can go replay missions.
Yeah, well, unless you restart the campaign.
Unless you restart the campaign, but I don't want to do that. But yeah, I found quite a few of them. Yeah.
Yeah, after it dawned on me, I was running to escape the exploding ship, and there's no timer like there was at the beginning of the end of the first game. I was like,
you could have spent more time just.
I could have looked around.
Yeah, at that point too, I didn't go looking around either. I thought, explosions. This thing's gonna blow, and I just started running.
Yeah, dude, let's cheese it, bro. This thing's going down. Going down like my prom.
So I ignored everything as well and just ran straight to the exit. Well, the roof and then the exit. They're all the same,
Hey, the roof is just the floor to Australians, all right?
Exactly.
I don't know if that's a saying, but it is now, and that's actually the name of this episode.
That sounds good to me.
I have to make a reminder because I'll forget. Because I'm
the
dumb.
Roof is just the floor to is just the floor to Australians. Yeah. But yeah, so something else to keep in mind that I didn't know when I started the game as well. There's no fall damage in this game.
Bro, okay.
You could stand on the highest mountain there, which, by the way, as long as the save games are working, I should be standing on the tallest mountain in the area right now.
Oh no! Are you talking about Did you not exit the game? Did you just leave it running?
I should be. I didn't fully exit the game. At this point, I've left it on the mode where I should be able to just hop back into it.
Oh no! I heard that's broken.
You heard that's broken?
Yeah.
That if you get to the top of the mountain.
No. If you leave the game running and you don't end the game and you go back and the console decides hey, I don't want to have this open anymore, it reverts you back to the last save checkpoint. Because on Series X, you have the ability to do that stop anytime and go right back into the game, right? That's been proven that's broken. But on other consoles, if you exit the game, back to the dashboard and let it sit, the console will go, hey, are you done with this? No? Cool, I closed it. So maybe not. Depends on if your console wants to be fucking stupid, I guess.
I've only usually ever had that problem. And now you got me not worried, but because I don't know where they're going to in the open world. So, okay. So I'll finish out what I like about the game. It's open world, it's fun. The fucking grapple system is so much fun. I've literally I have a complaint about the traversal system, but with only regards to vehicles, essentially, at least ground vehicles, essentially. At this point in the game, I have literally just been it's faster for me to just open up my map, say, I want to go here, set a waypoint, and then just start running. And then if I encounter a mountain or something, I just start grappling up the fucking mountain and just going over it.
Crackdown.
Crackdown, that's what it is. Yeah, Crackdown was the name of the game that you were trying to think of earlier. Yep, Crackdown.
Nailed it.
30 minutes later.
Got it first try.
First try, technically.
Yep.
I mean, we didn't say any other game.
Yep.
So, first try. So yeah, I've been literally having fun. Just grapple, then you shoot up, and then you grapple. I have a little bit more of a cooldown on mine, so it cools down usually enough for me to just grapple again, and I just sit there and just grapple, and I've grapple swing around mountains. That's how I got to the top of the mountain too. I was like, that looks like a perfect place to end the game right there. I just fucking grappled to the top of the mountain. That traversal system, absolutely fucking fun. Absolutely fun. Excuse me. The fact that you can take the forward operating bases of the brutes. I keep forgetting what the name of their. What are they?
The Banished.
The Banished. The Banished. The Banished. The Banished. The Banished. The Banished. I'm going to forget it in 5 minutes again.
Yeah, fine.
When you take those forward operating bases, you get a little bit of what's known as valor points. When you go in, save the Marines, make sure that you at least go save them, you get valor points. What I found out is the valor points then can be not spent, but the more valor points you have, the more things that you can call in to the forward operating bases. So right now, every forward operating base that I go to has Marines on it because I've unlocked certain types of Marines. And so you can call in, so you can unlock at a certain point warthogs, mongooses, and the razorback and whatnot. So I can start at a forward operating base, call in a warthog, hop into it, have the 2 Marines hop into it with me, and then just go around the map, just fucking things up with me and 2 Marines. It's fun. And then when you save the other Marines, they will follow you around the map. It's a little bit dumb because they only follow you around on foot when there's literally, like, I got to this one point where I hopped into a warthog that had a rocket launcher on the back of it. It was just sitting there in the open. It's not something I unlocked yet. It's just sitting there. So I took it, me and my 2 Marines. We saved these group of people, these Marines, and there's another warthog sitting there, and I take off to go do my next thing, which I guess that's a story I'll tell in a second here. But instead of hopping in the other warthog, these other Marines just fucking follow me on foot to the next area that I was going to. And I was like, well, I wish you guys could do a little bit better there. So it's cool to go and save the Marines because at one point I built up this little tiny fucking platoon of mean Marines running to our next point in order to actually, I was on my way to save another group of Marines. So here's a thing that I am going to, some advice I am going to give you about this game. You have the ability at different points in time, especially when you're saving Marines, the Covenant drop ships will come in and drop off more troops. You can destroy those things. At least you can bring them down. So that area, I went to go save a group of Marines. One Covenant dropship comes in, and since I have the missile launcher, fuck, dude, just sat there and took it down. But it just, like, drops out of the sky. It doesn't, like, blow up. It just out of the sky. And it just sits there. And you don't complete the mission of saving the Marines until you kill all the enemies. So I'm sitting there. I can hear enemies shouting at me, but I cannot see them shouting at me. It's coming from this wreckage of this Covenant dropship. So I pull up. Imagine, so we have like a little mountain dip that the dropship had fallen into, and I'm up here on top of the ridge. I park my Warthog with the missile launcher on the top of the ridge, and I just get into the back, and I aim down as far as I can, and I just keep shooting out that thing until it blows up. And when that thing blows up, the whole screen goes white. I was like, oh my God, did a nuke just go off? What the fuck? That was intense. But it clears the ground of all the enemies. And it's like, boom, mission complete. Awesome. Hop into my Warthog. I wait for my other two Marines to hop into the thing behind me. And then I drive off to the next waypoint that I'm going to. We get around the corner there, and suddenly the Marines are just like, get it, they get the enemy, and they start shooting this energy ball in the sky. And it's just sitting there probably about 20 feet off the ground. It's not shooting us, but it's just this energy ball sitting there that everyone else is shooting at. So I get out of the Warthog, and I'm like, what the fuck is that thing? I start shooting it. It lights up the reticle red like it's an enemy, something that you can shoot and kill. But it doesn't really seem to be taking damage. So I hop onto the back of the Warthog with the missile launcher, and I just hold down. Like, it even has like the missile launcher Warthog has like a targeting system that will target.
Yeah.
And targets it as an enemy. I'm like, this is weird. It's not moving. It's just 20 feet above the ground, glowing ball of energy. And I'm just fucking shooting it with the missile launcher. Everyone else, like handguns, automatic rifles, fucking missile launchers, everyone's just fucking hitting this thing. And it's probably a good 30 seconds of shooting at it before, boom, screen goes white again. And when it clears, all the Marines are dead. What the fuck was that thing? It was like a nuke went off.
Joe's like, oops.
So it didn't damage me at all. It didn't throw the Warthog back. It didn't act like you would think an explosion was. But when it went off, the screen goes white. It comes back, and all of the Marines are just on the ground dead. And I was just like, oh, fuck. What the hell was that?
Oops.
Was that a glitch game? I don't know what the fuck that was, but I destroyed it. Anyway, so word to the wise, there are things in there that if you shoot it enough, will blow up like a nuke.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a lot more fun to be had. Like I said, it's a very gorgeous game to run around. If you listen to enemies, goddamn, the grunts say some of the funniest shit in there. If you die, which you will die, I got to the first main mission tower in the game, and I thought, oh, I'm Master Chief. This is the beginning of the game. I'm just going to fucking run in here and gun everybody down. No. See, I didn't think to upgrade. You can upgrade your shields as well in this to get stronger. I didn't think to do that at this point in time. So I died a lot at that part until I realized, oh, I have like 6 Spartan cores. Should probably upgrade my shields and upgrade my grapple gun or my grapple stuff. Once I did that, it was a little bit easier to go through. But yeah, so, and there's more abilities that you get along the way as well. So, going from everything I really liked about the game to some of the dumb shit in this game. The traversal system for vehicles, I was like, cool, I'm going to hop in this Warthog. I'm going to pick this point on the map that I'm going to go to, and then I'm going to go back and, wait, it just says go there. Like, but there's a mountain in my way. How am I supposed to drive a Warthog up this mountain, like a sheer cliff? So I'd have to go back. So I go back in the map, and I'm like, okay, there's a road that goes straight, and then it branches off in a bunch of different. I want to take the second road. Okay, so I'd go. Okay, was that the trail there? Like, I couldn't. Oh, let me back up. Yeah, no, that wasn't the trail there. That's the trail there, and then I'd go on that trail, and then I'd pull up the map again and be like, okay, so I'd come around this. There's no system of breadcrumbs that I would have thought that there would have been, that if I select a waypoint on the map, and if I'm in a vehicle, that it would just be like, follow this direction here, and it will get you where you need to be.
It'll show you how to drive this vehicle to that point.
To that point. There's nothing like that at all. So that's what I mean when I eventually just got to a point where I was like, it's going to be faster for me to just start running in that direction and just grapple if I have to get to that point. And that's how I've been playing the game so far. until you can unlock whatever that. There's a certain Marine USMC flying vehicle that you can unlock, and you've seen it in the trailers. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you can unlock that for 2,600 Valor points. I'm up to 1,000, like 1,100 Valor points right now, and I'm barely into the game. So you can get the stuff pretty quick. But until I get to that, I'm just going to be sitting there fucking Spider-Manning or Titanfalling this thing until I get that. So that's kind of not fun. Some of the enemies in these areas are stupid hard, and they're not even like bosses. I don't know what gun it is that some of these brutes have, but it is like a fucking grenade launcher that just they shoot like 10 grenades at once, and they can lob these things fucking far. It feels like halfway across the map. There were times that I felt like I was a safe distance away, and nope, just dunk, 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 and you're just like, oh, fuck me. And it just like does an area of an effect, damage. Like even if you were running away, they're just sitting there going dunk, 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 and it's just like, I can't get away from them.
Oh no.
Oh no, and they are fucking bullet sponges. You're just sitting there going boom, 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 boom. Fuck, I died.
Fuck, I died.
Okay, let me try a different tactic once it reloads. Boom, boom, boom. Ah, fuck, I died. God damn it. I died so many times at the hands of those enemies, and they are very prolific once you get a little bit further into the game. The other thing that I found a bit frustrating with this game is that, so you go and play a game like Far Cry 6, open world, first-person shooter game. You have bases that you can clear, okay?
Yep.
You can choose to sneak up and do silent kills and clear out bases silently.
Yep.
That is not something you can do in Halo. I don't know why. You can't do silent kills. I literally came up on this. It wasn't a forward operating base. It was actually a high-value target. And the high-value targets are cool because if you kill them, they will give you specialty weapons that aren't necessarily better than the base weapons, but they have like cool designs and stuff on them. They look cool. So I happened to come up on this right behind a jackal, one of the sniper jackals. And I'm like, cool, I'm going to silently kill this dude. So I walk up, I crouch down, I'm like, crouch walking to this thing, and I just fucking whack him across the back of the head with my sniper rifle, or with my gun. I'm like, yeah, silent kill. Mind you, I'm probably about half a mile away from the main people, the main enemies down the hill. And suddenly I just hear, thunk, 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 thunk. The fuck? Oh, fuck. Boom, 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 boom. Like, how did you even see me from... I just... Like, the view distance that some of these enemies have, that I feel like I can be hiding behind a rock, and they're just suddenly like, there's a Spartan in the area. From like 10 miles away, it feels like their Spartan senses have just gone off, and they look in my direction, and they're just like, ah! And they just start firing my direction. I'm like, I didn't even shoot anything or look at you, and you just start shooting at me from 10 miles away. Like, that's so not fair.
They can smell you.
They can smell me. Apparently, I'm downwind, and I just had never taken a shower out, because I've been stuck in this armor for
20 years. 20
fucking years, and I just like reek of armor, sweat, and whatever, whatever else, bodily fluids and juices that, I don't know, do they get recycled? Is this like a Dune suit? Do we just like recycle all of the, is this yeah.
I mean, it could be a still suit.
A still suit? You just like, yeah, I don't know.
Make sure your boots are tight.
So I know we're running long here. I'm going to try and finish up just a couple of things real quick that I hate as well about the game. Once you get more upgrades in it, you have the ability, you can only have one upgrade at a time, just like you can only have one grenade at a time. So if you want to switch between the grenades, you hit the grenades, if I recall right, are the grenades are the left button. But to switch a grenade to a different grenade, it's right on the D-pad. And then you have up, down, left, right to switch to the grenade that you want to switch to. But maybe it's just how far away I sit away from my TV and the high resolution of the TV that I have. I can't see that because the picture is the picture of which grenade is which is the full D-pad with a little bit of cutout for the direction that you're supposed to hit in order to activate that grenade.
But not in a cross shape. They're all lined up next to each other.
Yeah, they're all lined up next to each other. So you have the picture of what you have, and then like below them is the cross D-pad, and then in that D-pad is a little cutout arrow that is supposed to tell you which part of the D-pad you're supposed to hit in order to get that grenade. And I can't see it on my TV. So I have no idea what I'm hitting. Now, grenades, I really don't care about. But when it comes to the different abilities that you have, that's left on the D-pad, which blew my mind at first because I was like, shouldn't it be right on the D-pad? If it's on the right bumper, shouldn't it be right on the D-pad? Like, it fried my little brain at first when it was like, no, hit the left D-pad in order to switch different abilities. And I was like, shouldn't that be on the right D-pad since I'm hitting the right bumper button? But then I still have the same problem. Like, I hit it, and I'm like, okay, I need to quickly switch over to this thing. What? No, wait, and it went away. Oh, hit it again. Fuck. What D-pad button is that to switch over to the fuck it, whatever. I'm not going to use the sensor anyway. I'm just going to I'm going to raw dog this thing. They give you a sensor where you're supposed to be able to detect cloaked enemies. And you fight a cloaked boss right there. They give it to you, and they're like, there's a cloaked boss. And I was like, where is I can't... Fuck it, I'm just going to raw dog this fucking cloaked boss and just like...
I'm going to stick it in him and break it off.
I'm just going to stick it in him and break it off. And that's essentially what I did. It was very rewarding, doing that. But it was frustrating because the mechanic that they wanted to give you, I couldn't use because the time it takes me to my little animal brain to try and switch between the different abilities was just too much for me to do immediately in such a quick time that I just gave up. And I've only used the sensor once when I had time to sit there and go button. Okay, then it's that button there. Okay, there's the sensor. I threw it. Okay, now I switch back over to my grapple stuff. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So that mechanic is absolutely awful. I have run into some bugs in this game as well. I've already explained to you that I got a hold of the very first Scorpion tank that you could get a hold of the game. I had so much fun with it for all of 30 seconds that I had it before something happened, and it ended up inside the map. And I'm pretty sure it still sits there to this day, inside the map.
It's no longer a Scorpion tank, it's just a turret.
It's just a turret inside the ground.
Stationary turret.
Miraculously, I was able to get out. It literally just sank into the map. I was watching the glitchingness underneath the map. I got out of the tank. It flung me probably about 30 feet off to the side. And then that was it. It's now a permanent part of the ground in that section. It doesn't glitch. It doesn't do any weird, like, shaking or anything. It just sits there.
Did you go back and see if it's still there?
There was a point that I ran through that base again, and it was still there in the ground. It's hilarious.
Weird.
It's weird.
Weird.
I have also loaded the game up today. It loads the game. I saw it flash real quick, my reticle, and then it went back to the loading screen for another 2 minutes. And then it loaded into the game.
Okay.
That was a little weird.
A little couple of extra things they gotta fix.
Apparently.
Maybe it's a submarine tank, but for for dirt. You don't know how to activate it, but you did activate it, but not fully. It's like a trimmer tank, a street shark.
Trimmer tank?
It's a street shark tank.
That would be the most amazing tank in the game. I like that's how I would play the game the whole entire time.
Hell yeah, dog! Pop up, bow.
Go back down in the ground.
Hell yeah,
that'd
dude.
be amazing. Beyond that, I haven't had any. I can't think of any other glitches that I've really run into the game. But overall, I would say the game is fun. I've had so much fun with playing it. It's so good. It's so cool to look. Like I said, I eventually got to the point where I was just like, I can get to the top of that mountain. I'm going to get to the top of that mountain. And I just fucking Spider-Man'd it to the top of the mountain. And I don't know about you, and maybe this is probably just because I'm playing the game essentially day one. Every single achievement that I've gotten,
rare,
which has been tons of them, is just rare. Rare achievement. Pow! Rare achievement. I was climbing up the mountain.
Rare
I was
achievement.
grappling up to the side of the mountain, and it just was like, rare achievement. I don't even know what it was. I'm going to have to go look to see what it was. I was literally in the middle of just grappling up the side of the mountain when it was just like, rare achievement. Every single fucking achievement that you get is rare achievement, and I can only imagine that's just because not many people have gotten these achievements yet.
Yeah.
But it was funny, like, you beat the first mission, rare achievement. I was like,
who the fuck hasn't?
Like 0.9% of the people that own this game have it. Yeah.
Like I got, does it show me? It doesn't show achievements on the app, does it? Nope.
You should be able to see it in the Game Pass app, but yesterday I tried to look at my achievements and it just would not load any achievement for any game that I was playing or I have played. Like it'll show you have 490 something points of this of all the achievements in this game, but when you clicked on it, it would just load. Oh, oops, sorry, can't load anymore. So I'll try again once we're done here. And look to see what those achievements were. Because, again, it's just like, I was just doing something. It's all achievement! Yay!
Yeah,
it's like, cool. It's a rare achievement, too.
Pretty sure one of the ones I got was, like, all these wonderful toys or something like that. And I was like, am I Batman?
Yeah.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. Yeah, for a little bit I played it. It's fun. I will be interested to see what they do if they do post game stuff with it. And I don't know the story. I don't know where the story goes. So I don't know how it works out. But seeing that's an open world, I wonder if they do like a hey, here's extra stuff to go along with the campaign, like these special operations or whatever to go to this. I don't know. I'm just wondering because like I tried to stay away from watching too many people, like anybody play the actual campaign. I've watched people play multiplayer,
right?
Because I want to experience the story for myself. Obviously, I have 20 years of playing Halo. You really kind of feel invested in it.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if they're going to utilize the open world for more than just like maybe a battle royale mode, but also some kind of terrorist hunt type mode, like a horde mode type thing, where you start off with an area and you have to take this base, and once you do, you get this many soldiers to go along with you. You go after this base and this base and this base until you clear all of them, and then you kill all the banished or whatever, and they can throw in other people like the Forerunners and shit like that. And God forbid the fucking flood. Still give me nightmares from Halo about the flood.
Nightmares. I love the flood levels in Halo Combat Evolved. My favorite levels, just running through those things with a shotgun was just like, yeah, motherfuckers! Boom, 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 boom. I was having some that. I don't know why people hated those levels. I thoroughly enjoyed them, but that's just me.
I didn't hate them. They just gave me like nightmares of how like hardcore that shit was. There's fucking those little fucking
Yeah.
things flooding at you. And he's like, oh my God.
It's so much fun with the shotgun. You're just running through things with the shotgun. It was so much fun.
Bro, what's with the lava shotgun? Did you pick one of those up?
The lava shotgun.
I don't know what it's actually called. I call it a lava shotgun because, like, if you hold the button down, it charges a shot and just shoots like 8 or 9 projectiles of what look to be lava at whatever you're pointing at.
That sounds like the gun. I never picked one up because I wanted to stick mostly to the Spartan stuff, even though I know it's more tactically strategic to have an energy weapon to clear shields, and then the Spartan stuff can kill enemies faster than the energy weapons. That's the weapon. I think that's the weapon that you run into mostly, and they just use it as a fucking mortar to shoot you from a goddamn near half the map away.
And it's like red, right? The projectiles are red.
Yeah, it's just red. You just see streaks of red just coming at you, and it's just like, so it's like, it wrecks your shields.
When I first landed on the Forerunner thing to get, by the way, I looked it up while we were talking earlier. They refer to her as the weapon. They don't actually give her a name.
Yeah, okay.
So far in it?
Chief is like, there's a weapon. I need a weapon.
Yeah.
I know where the weapon is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so they just refer to her as the weapon.
When you go there to go after her, there's a part where you go and there's a dude, there's a brute with one of those, and I was like, the fuck is this thing? And then I killed him, and I was like, I don't care what it is. Cody's picking it up. So then I jumped down, murder punched everything around me because they're grunts. Why not, right?
Yeah.
I picked it up, instantly switched back to my not battle rifle, the other one, the main gun. Grappled back up. What's it? Not battle rifle. Battle rifle's the other one. Is it a battle rifle?
Battle rifle's the one with the scope on it.
Yeah, no,
the
not that one.
Assault rifle, essentially.
Assault rifle, yeah. Yeah. So then I ran into the room and I was like, oh, bad guys. Let's see what this thing does. And I was like, I pressed the button. It's all pa-chunk. I was like, is this the volcano gun?
Yeah.
They have volcano guns?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It shoots hot, flaming dicks at you from half a map away.
Yeah, I fucked up some goddamn banished with it. I was like, hell yeah, dog. Suck lava. And then I ran out of bullets, and I was like, shit.
Hold on 1 second. I need to go pick something up. I dropped it back there, guys.
No, I just went grapple. I was like, grapple gun. Shoot. I was like, fuck you. I got a grapple gimme gun, so suck
wait
energy.
until you get into the open world and you're like, grapple. And you're in the middle of like 20 different fucking brutes, Covenant elites, grunts. Oh, by the way, hilarious. I don't know if they've done this in previous games. Brutes will throw grunts at you.
Yeah, they did it. I want to say they did it in 3.
I was taking an FOB, and there were two enemies left, a brute and a grunt. I was hiding behind a rock to let my shield recharge, and I just see a grunt go flying, like literally just like you could hear like the brute say something, and then you just see the grunt go flying over the rock, and I was like, did he just throw that grunt over the rock?
He cannonballed you, dude. He cannonballed that. Yeah. He pulled the Colossus with Wolverine and fucking he yeeted at you.
He did.
Last thing I have before we wrap this up, and we won't talk about anything else because we're an hour and a half in, which we could keep
over,
literally keep going forever. Did you notice there is the physics in this game, the ones that aren't broken and have tanks underground? You can shoot a bad guy and they react to where you shoot them.
Yeah, I literally realized I was shooting this dude in the dick from like a distance away, because that's how I was playing part of this game. Going after the high value targets, I was like, I'm just going to shoot these guys from far away. But I only had the battle rifle, so I was like only zoomed in a little bit, and I was just pow, 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 and I realized I was shooting this dude in the dick, and he was just like, ah!
Yeah.
Bending over, yeah.
I shot it. There was a part in the first part where there's like a 2-level thing, and like it's a H-shaped. And I was like, the dude up there, and he was like on the other side, and I couldn't see him. And I was like, well, I'm gonna fucking Rainbow Six him, right? I'm gonna shoot him in his foot, and his foot jerked back, and he fell to a knee, and I was like, oh, there's his face, Pam. I was like, holy shit! And then I was like, Paige, watch this, and I shot this dude in the knee, and he fucking stutters back, and like his knee armor comes off, and I was like, holy shit, that's awesome! and then I shot a grunt in the little like thing that comes up, whatever that thing is, and it exploded, and he fucking like bottle rocket.
Yeah.
And I was like,
it's hilarious.
What the fuck? I was like, oh my god, there's hit markers that I can take advantage of. Because I saw like the armor pop off the chest or the head, and I was like, oh yeah, that's been done, right? But they were reacting to getting shot where they're getting shot, and I was like, dang, that's cool.
And they'll call that out too, which is pretty hilarious. Some of them will be like, "Oh, my armor got shot off," and others will be like, "I don't need armor," and just like fucking still charge at you. And I'm like, "You probably need armor," and I just like, and I fucking give them the old Spartan people's elbow.
So you know the part. Okay, last part. So before we introduce and wrap this up. So on the intro mission, there's the first time you see a brute, and he opens the door and he runs at you. I just took the assault rifle and I unloaded a clip on him, right? And he staggered a little bit when he was charging. And then his helmet popped off. I quickly, just like a fucking boss, switched to the Magnum, and I was all, pop, pop, dead. And Paige's like, damn, he's running at you fucking like a maniac, and you handled his ass. I just yelled, Spartan, bitch! And she's like, what? And I was like, that's hard to explain. He's a Spartan. She's like, oh, you said Spartan. I was like, what'd you think? She's like, I don't know what the fuck you said. You screamed something unintelligible and acted like I was supposed to be like, yeah, get it. And I was like, you're supposed to.
You're supposed to.
But it was cool because I just felt like the coolest player, because I was like, emptied that fucking magazine and switched over real quick, like, pop, pop, and he dropped. And I was like, sup.
Prepare to eat humble pie in like half an hour once you get to the main base, because like I said, I did the exact same thing. I'm like, I'm fucking Master Chief, bitch. And then they have brute ODSTs in here. 3 of them dropped in and they rushed my ass and just fucking punched me to death.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So speaking of punch to death, comes naturally. We are
Joe.
I have been Cody, and this has been Comes Naturally, like I just said. And that's it for this week's episode. It's an extra long one. Merry Christmas.
Merry motherfucking Christmas.
Merry motherfucking Christmas. But that's it. Like usual, you fuckers just came naturally.
Bye.